Hey, what's up, guys? So, in today's video, I'm going to be going over how I launch influencer campaigns successfully. And I just have a list of notes here that I'm just going to be running through just my, specific process for what I do whenever I do run influencer shoutouts. So just let's just hop right into it. So going into this video, this is assuming that I've already booked an influencer for a good price and that I'm pretty much down to do it. So when it comes to the influencer agreeing to what I specifically want, they need to agree to basically 7 to 8 slides, all with swipe up, and they agree to pre-record um, the videos and send them to me for approval before posting. The reason why it's 7 to 8 slides is mainly because I want the influencer to be able to sell the product to the audience, like really be able to elaborate what the offer is and make them want to buy it. Um, I get a lot of people ask me, how many, slides do I do? And that's how many slides I do. So moving on with it, when it comes to the script of the influencer, I typically use the same script, but I change it depending on what the influencer communities would vibe with, if that makes sense. Like I'll change it up, specifically to what the influencer, what their brand is based around type thing, but it's generally the same structure. So that's just to answer a lot of people's questions. So number two, whenever it comes to the actual discount, I get a lot of people asking me, do I give them a discount code or what should I do? For me, my offer is price based, so the offer is already really good because they can't find it in stores for cheaper. I just use free worldwide shipping, and that's also the way that I track the sales from the influencer. It's not super accurate, but it pretty much gets the job done. Like I do zero, it's a 0% off code for free worldwide shipping. So for example, when you're making it inside Shopify, you would just call it code Kylie. For example, if you ever ran with Kylie Jenner, and pretty much you would just if you have a one product store, you would send people to the homepage, and if it's a specific link for a specific product page, you would just make it for the product page. um, just make sure that you test the link and you actually purchase through it. You can always refund yourself after, but make sure that the link works smoothly on mobile. Make sure you do it on your phone, not your laptop, just to see how the user experience is going to be when they go to your product page and make sure that everything is working clean. Obviously, if you're spending, thousands of dollars or whatever it might be on shots, you want to make sure, it's not going to go down just because of a stupid mistake that you made. Moving on. So, when it comes to sending the link, make sure you send them that specific link that you made the purchase through and that it worked, and make sure that they know that they have to put that link in every single swipe up. And just make sure that there's just no mistakes with the campaign. That's mainly what I'm trying to go for, is that I'm trying to be perfect. So number three, moving on from the side of like what to do when communicating with the influencer, when it comes to the back end of the store, the things I have set up on my store is SMS bump and reconvert, and obviously Facebook retargeting. But with SMS bump, when it comes to setting this up, it's really important you do, just because you'll be able to have obviously people are putting in their phone numbers, and you want to be able to keep on like remarketing to those people who who were interested but forgot about it or whatever it might be. So I just use their default text messages, and then I make it custom to the actual product or offer. And then in there, I'll offer a 10 or 20% off code to incentivize people to purchase. I use 20%. Personally, I've seen it converts really good. You can pretty much do whatever you want as long as your margin is good for whatever size discount you choose. And the text times 5 minutes after 1 day and then after 7 days. And then I also have a product upsell, either upselling like the same product with a 50% off code. So I sell something that goes with the product, and typically give like a pretty good discount for it, or just discount the product on Shopify enough to where I don't need a discount code. It's whatever you want to do. That's just personally what I do though. And then during the time of the shout out, I always try to send at least one text marketing campaign. In my SMS bump account, I'll put in like $20 pretty much like every day, like while you're running traffic, depending on how much you're getting. You may need to, put in $20, $40, whatever it might be. I just purchase it through the one-time purchase, not the recurring purchase, because it can be ran up really quick, especially if you're getting a lot of traffic. Always try to send a text marketing campaign. The whole mindset is you're trying to maximize out the traffic. You're not necessarily trying to spam them. So just be smart about it. Now, when it comes to reconvert with the backend upsells, like I said, I use reconvert. And when it comes to it, I either upsell the same product, which I did in the beginning, and it actually worked pretty well. Like I would get an email notification for one sale, and then it would come through as two orders because they purchased through the reconvert. And then to show you guys the actual reconvert, I just created just like a stupid layout to kind of show you guys like what it could look like. So pretty much this would be your logo, and then this would actually be the product right here. Um, and then you just put the upsell at the very top of the page, and then all the other information is below. Just to show you guys what it actually looks like. It's pretty simple. Either you upsell the same product or something that complements the product. That's pretty much what I do. I don't use any discount codes. Again, my products, they're price competitive, if that makes sense. So it's already a really good deal. So using discount codes, it doesn't really matter in my case. Now moving on to the Facebook retargeting creative. Personally, like the creative that worked best for me is you hit literally just a simple image with my logo in like the top left, and pretty much just saying like as seen on at Kylie Jenner, for example. Just make it simple, and then just basically putting down like the pros of the product. Or you can make like a compilation video of the influencer's story ad that she created, make a compilation video of it or whatever it might be. Hire like a video editor or whatever it might be. I've just seen that my product with the image, it just converted really well, like 5 ROAS, 7 ROAS. Like whenever we are running shoutouts, it would be as high as like 10 ROAS on like 3 or 4 different ad sets. And I'll go into the Facebook retargeting strategy in another video, but that's just to give you the idea of the creative. And then obviously, I would wait like 12 hours. That's just what we did when it comes to just letting the pixel populate with the traffic. And then you just launch it. Obviously, launch it while the ad is up, while the influencer ad is up, so people see the influencer ad, then they see your retargeting ad, and it's the best of both worlds. Now, going on to the launch of the product, or not the launch of the product, going on to the launch of the campaign, this is the big thing. Make sure that you watch through all the pre-recorded videos, no matter how cringy it might be. Like honestly, like for me, it's cringy as fuck watching those videos. I don't know why, but it just is. But just watch through all of them. You're spending your hard-earned money on it. Make sure it's good, and then obviously you want to make sure that you send back the videos in the number form, I guess you would say, of the way that she's gonna post, or whoever the influencer is gonna post in that format, because you don't want like the 6th video being where the 3rd video is. That'd be fucked. So make sure you do that. Make sure you just reiterate to them, because like in my experience, most influencers are just really stupid as fuck. Like, you just gotta treat them like they're stupid, honestly. Make sure that they have everything in just a very simple format, just like cut and paste type thing, because obviously it's your money. You want it to be spent well, and you want to be in control as much as possible when it comes to this. Obviously, I let the influencer have their own creative, thing, because it is their community. They know what works best for it, but at the end of the day, I'm the one who's making the money, so I need to make sure that it's done the right way. Sorry, it's just like again, like most influencers are really dumb, so you need to make sure you reiterate to them what you want done. When it comes to the times to post, I get a lot of people asking like, what time should I post? In my experience, honestly, it doesn't really matter. I've seen like the best times, could be noon, it could be like 5 p.m. depending if it's a weekday, like it could be like 2 p.m., like whatever it might be. Weekdays convert really well for me. I've done like 10K days on weekdays, so it doesn't really matter. When it comes to like I put down here like 7 p.m. When it comes to my strategy, say if they post at 7 p.m. and if the product is actually converting and if it's working, your ad will be up until 7 p.m. And then once it goes down, if you made profit, you pay them. You would talk to them prior, before the ad going down, and you would tell them, I want to pay you like 20% of the ad, and you'll post 2 slides, which you pay them $1,000 for 7 or 8 slides, and then you're paying them 200 for 2 slides. It seems like a good deal to them because they're making more money from it. And pretty much is what that does, that keeps traffic coming in your store for an extra day. So say if it was, they post at 7 p.m. and it goes down 7 p.m. the next day, your ad will be up until 7 p.m. that next day. So it's pretty much up for like 3 days, for like 3, full days, type thing. So I've seen that work really well for me. Like to give you guys a real world example, this is the day before I ran the shout out, the actual initial product test of the current product. And you can see the first day, I did the whole process that I just took you guys through of making sure that the influencer had everything they needed, reiterating what I wanted, etc. And through the whole span of the lifetime span of the shout out, see I did 5100, but this is without doing the remarketing. I was studying very successful companies with influencer marketing and I saw what they did, so I tried it out. And then this is the initial time that I tried out. So we go to the first initial couple days. I did like 6,000, and this is before the retargeting was really booming. So once the retargeting was like really booming, and this is all in the same influencer, by the way, you can see in the lifetime span of this. So you can see if she posted around like 7 p.m. this day, so I did like 2,700. Next day did 3,700, and then I reposted it. For some reason, I only did like 1,000 next day, but you can see like since I built up the audiences with Facebook and with the retargeting, was doing like 1,000, pretty much $1,000 like every day, like $800 day right here, and it was just really good. And that's with the remarketing strategy that I just told you guys about. So I guess to close it out, when it comes to the actual script, I get a lot of people asking me for it. So I created a ManyChat, which is just a Facebook Messenger bot. It's all set up where once you opt in, you'll get the script that all you need to do is just, basically put in your product and make it specific to your product. So you do have to put some work into it, but I'm giving you guys that as a PDF if you guys join the ManyChat. If you're on mobile, it'd be a little confusing, but you're an entrepreneur, you could figure it out. This is the exact script structure that I used to generate like over $27,000 in a day with 1 day of shoutouts. If you guys want that, link will be in description. If you guys have questions about influencers, and if you want to ask me about them, I'll put my Instagram in the description. And yeah, comment below maybe some video ideas or any questions that you guys have, and I'll be sure to get back to them. And yeah, if you guys are taking influencers seriously, I'm just trying to make specific content to actually help people, not just, BS around. So I hope you guys found value in this, and I'll see you guys in the next vid. See you.